Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
And Sheoldred ring. 24 lands, mulligan. Rakdos, my favorite colors to play. It's just like the Rakdos Luris list that we played a lot of. Like the beginning of H1, very nostalgic, like just such a big hit, and like I spent so much time working on. I'm gonna keep this on 6. It's obviously awkward. 4 lands, 2 4-drops, but the 2 4-drops do play pretty well together, and we're on to play. Deck tech? Did you redeem a deck tech? I don't see a deck tech redemption. Sharps. Are you deck building? Okay, I missed it, but I'll trust you. Ah. Probably not enough Path Exiles. Oh, I love the tilting third binding. Oh man, pretty list. One bar. Your bad matchups are covered. You're gonna be good against creatures. Honestly, a deck of 28 Celestial Colonnade, or a deck of like, I don't know what the numbers would be, like 24 Celestial Colonnades, 36 Path Exiles, that's the deck. That sounds very fun. It's just all Celestial Colonnades and Path Exiles all the way down. Okay, so we're up against Living End, I would assume. One thing is, like, Blood Moon used to be pretty good against Living End. I think with the End, like, I maybe will play, like, 1 copy on the play. And probably none on the draw. Maybe 2 on the play. Okay, they take my ring. Not gonna be the most interesting game. Played against a 5-color deck that had only Garth, One Eye, and Manlands. Wow. That is a mood. What are the chances you don't play Ring deck at the BT? Pretty low, but non-zero. Okay, 3 cards in my opponent's hand. Awkward draws. Yeah, the Fables also in theory help with these like mana flood, mana screw issues. Could have maybe gone to 5. If I knew the matchup, I would have gone to 5. They have to stop in the draw step. Ugh. Why? Just kill me, opponent. Just draw step at the Living End. Why would you give me hope? Oh, come on. I mean, they have the stop at the draw step. I just feel that they have it, but I guess they would have cast it, huh? Shinka's also pretty good in like the Sheoldred mirrors, in theory. It gets a first strike your Sheoldred. Kill theirs. Path to Negate and Black-White Coffers deck with Field of Ruins. The whole, like, I'm going to play Path to Exile and Field of Ruin, and I'm just going to get you out of basics, has never been a good plan, I think. Opponent, what could you possibly be thinking about here? I'm literally just going to concede as soon as you put a Living End on the stack. Can't Tails in just counter the ring? So can the card Counterspell. Oh man, so punished. No, do not play Mount Doom in any deck unless you have a legendary artifact. It is not good just as like a I'm gonna ping you for 1 damage. It always deals you a damage. It's not good. I think I just jammed Sheoldred again. I'm not beating a Living End. I just need to pressure them. Oh yeah, we do have the 1 ring. I forgot that we have the 1 ring. I don't know. It's also like a land that always deals you damage in your 1 ring deck is really bad, right?
Because you're always, yeah, I just don't think you want to, like, a Horizon Canopy you can't sack for damage. It's just not, I just don't want to play it. What Red X Tempo deck doesn't want to play Fable? Murktide, I guess. Could maybe be good if, like, the Omnath deck is just so popular. It could be, like, a board breaker. Is Fable to lose Shielded away not a fair play? We're not winning even if we lose Shielded away, I think. I just don't think, like, this game we're able to beat a Living End. My opponent hasn't Living Ended despite having enough mana for 1,000,000 turns. So let's just, like, make them have it. Yeah, they're only on 7 life, but they have the Generous End to gain 3. Yeah, we could draw the Ring, though. Ring into, like, multiple burn spells. I think we kept a 4-lander and drew 1, 2, 3, 4, or we drew 6 lands this game. And wait, so 5 lands in a Fable. 5 lands in a Fable. So we get to bring in the Hearses, the Chalice. Turok is good enough to bring in. Triggers on all their loots. Cut the pushes. I like to leave in like 1 Terminate usually against Living End. Fable's pretty bad. Maybe we're just on 4 bolts, no Terminate. Yeah, Bowmasters has been great. Bowmasters has been so good. I was really low on it during like card evaluation season, and now I'm like putting 4 of them like so in all my decks. Is Blood Moon good against Living End? It's not. It's just like I think better than any other card here. Maybe I'll just play 1 Blood Moon, 1 Fable. I think Fable was really bad against them. Yeah, Narset's good. I would play Narset in Modern. Yeah, Bowmaster's still better in Legacy than Modern, but also very good in Modern. Just on like brainstorm format, having like a really good way to punish it for 2 mana instead of 3 is nice. Why is Fable bad? It's just so slow, and it's so slow and like plays into their game plan of like wanting you to tap out for like slow grindy 3-drops. Speaking of so slow, is Turok not a main board power level card? We already have 7 4-drops. Turok is fine, but it's like I like sideboarding it. Right now, you really don't want to cast this card for 2 mana, and like you want to play these 4-drops instead. Do you feel that was a bad keep? Yeah, maybe we should go to 5, but like at the very least, like I think 4 lands, Sheoldred Ring in the blind on the play is a keep, and this is also a keep. But like the hand was obviously sketch, but if we just draw like any like 2-drop, then the hand's fine in most matchups. I like definitely mulligan the hand on 7, just keep on 6. What's the main benefit of this list not running Fury? What card in this deck would you play Fury over? What card would you play Fury over? I don't think that... one thing is I don't think Fury is like super good in the main deck. Do we go down to 23 lands? I don't think so. We'll think about it some more, especially with 4 Fable. Although maybe we just like need to be keeping more Fables in. What's a good sideboard in blue-white control against Ring? Just main deck Narset and main deck Leyline Binding. Would more days of digging to Ring be good in decks like this? I don't think so. I think just play 4, curve into it. Force Pitch Generous End. Do you like Seasoned? No. Bowmasters makes me not like Seasoned very much. It would have been maybe better to play Bowmasters this turn. It's just that Hearse can be kind of slow. Oh, they've got a 1-lander.
I think this is so painful. Like these games where your opponents are playing so slow, and you just draw a land every single turn of the match is just awful. Just every turn of the match, it's a land, with like literally one exception. We've had 7 of our 8 draws this match have been lands. That being said, we're still like in good shape if they miss a land this turn. Is one Cling to Dust viable in any of these black sideboards? I don't tend to like Cling to Dust as a sideboard card. It's like way less efficient than any other form of graveyard hit or life gain. So like you can main deck it and have it be versatile, but don't sideboard it. 22 lands seem good. I have 7 4-drops in the deck. I don't think you can go down to 22 lands. We also have 4 Fable. It's like this is not a representation of like what it's like to play 24 lands. Y'all, this is not normal. This is abnormal flooding. Like Call of the Ring? No, but it could be better than I think. I have a castle. But the Blood Moon's on the sideboard. I don't want to play too many utility lands. I think I have to keep Orcish Bowmasters on the play, even if it's a 5-land or 2. My opponent decides to cast Living End. Okay, out of the match. Out of the match. 6-lander. 1-lander. One-lander. Keep up against Kahira. Small. You wanted to go to 4? There's no way this is a mold of 4 on the draw against like what it's likely blue-white control. Thoughts on the 4-color list you played in Challenge versus straight Jund version you played? Any preference one or the other? I don't know. It's like Omnath is like kind of clearly the best deck in Modern right now, and there's a million different versions of that deck. I don't know exactly like what 75 I'd play, but even if I did, I probably wouldn't say because I think I'm, you know, just like not gonna give any info out. The Jund, like, and then like I 4-1'd with both Jund variants I played, and now we're playing this build. This matchup's probably really good for whatever it's worth, especially post board we get the Turok Sun. just I don't know, just rough first matches, like flood, screw. I don't know, bad variance, it's okay. We'll play some Magic eventually. Playing Aki or Total Ring lately. So one thing I'll say is that I've been really trying to not play the Castle Locthwain. The one of Castle Locthwain. I've been really trying to not play the same deck on stream too much. I've been trying to like just keep it to... Oh, well, my opponent's also on 2 lands, so it's not like I'm maybe complaining a little too much. Could be maybe better to go Fable, so you could draw like land and then double Voidwalker, but they also may draw something they want to tap out for. They also only have 1 more counterspell that we know about, so you can go Voidwalker to counterspell into Fable, loot away 2 spells. Yeah, let's play the Bowmaster. Even on the number of lands. Still down on cards due to the multiply though. Still feels like Scam is superior to 4-color. Maybe the matchup is really high variance, but when I was playing against Scam as 4-color, I did not have a hard time at all. Kahira into the hand. Opponent's draw is also like one of the worst draws I've ever seen. Pitching Omnath. Okay, so we'll keep pushes live again. Was that with Ring? It was what with Ring? A deck that I played? It was probably with Ring. Wow, double pitching. Pitching Kihira. Scam wants to empty both players' hands and top deck better. I don't actually think that Scam is a deck that's trying to explicitly top deck better. I don't think Scam is a deck that even top decks very well. Doom with the deck tech, or just 3 gifted subs, probably deck tech. Spelltron, 21 months, thank you. Fourth counterspell, fourth counterspell. What a weird game. Ring Loam. I mean, you probably fucked up as... Oh, okay. Man, Seismic Assault plus Ring is actually like... That is something, I think. You're on to something. We did get Force of Negation earlier. I don't know, it looks like so fun. It just looks so fun, and I don't really see any like deck building errors. Oh, well, there's a deck building error. I don't know why there's a deck more salvage there. I just would never play it. You just get the fourth Forgotten Cave, and like any other card will probably be better. Yeah, for Assault, I would never put it in the deck. I don't know. You just draw so many cards. You have the Loam. It just doesn't really make any sense to me, I think. If you're playing Loam and Rin, why not Saga base? Wasn't there Blood Moon in the 75? I don't think the deck should play Spyro. Yeah, I mean, Spyro has been pretty bad. So good chance they have a Verdict here, but they go down to 5, then we can Ragavan them down to 3, and then we have 3 more bolts to draw into against an opponent who has no counter spells left. So they have a Solitude. Go down to 4, Solitude, exile this, block Ragavan, take 3. I guess. No, let's just play second Sheoldred. Just don't attack with the army. So we up to 7, then back down to 5. Only against blue-white control can you miss your second land drop for like 5 turns and win. So we cut the pushes, cut the terminates. We're gonna play 2 moon, 3 bolt. 3rd moon on the play maybe. Opponent was playing Omnath also in their shell. If you're gonna complain, you better lose. My rule is if you're gonna complain to your opponent, you better lose. I can complain to Twitch chat all day because y'all are here with me, but complaining to your opponent about your bad draws is and then winning anyways is the faux pas. Yeah, I would play Spyro in the deck Doom. Any other thoughts besides no salvage? No, my thoughts are that it looks like really good and like a great deck to stream. Looks super fun. I would just never play salvage there. I love Rakdos. Me too. Okay, opponent's on a mold of 6. Ooh, could go Thoughtseize and Voidwalker. Thoughtseize, maybe. I think we're just gonna go Voidwalker, get it counterspelled, and then probably win the game with this Blood Moon. Yeah, we're actually curving out, huh? I think with Loam, Spyro is better. Yeah, I'm on board with Spyro, and like you maybe want to play like a 3rd Loam, but the deck looks awesome. It looks so fun. I'll definitely tune in. Cruel to 21, thank you. So we don't know about another counterspell, so we're just going to slam the moon. They could Besage me, I guess, but that would be okay. So that can just kick Turok next turn. Yeah, your Dredge does prevent Bowmaster. It'd be awesome if this deck just like claps Omnath. Not that that's the most likely. So they drew another Verdict. Yeah, they bought Kihira, so we got 2 cards there. Caustic, 25 bucks. That is a long time, yeah. Drawing another spell. Green whites. Okay, that's pretty good. Verdict and Omnath. They're still super behind. Yogg does well versus 4 color. Yeah, I really appreciate hearing that feedback. Because like I was playing like 2 Grafdigger's Cage in my sideboard over the challenge. I didn't play against Yawgmoth at all. But like a lot of people are like, why are you playing Grafdigger's Cages? I'm like, isn't Yawgmoth like terrifying? So I'm glad to have a little bit of feedback there. I also miss playing the Omnath deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast their Omnath. Maybe I'll Sheoldred first so that I can gain 2 life off the draw. I always heard to say 4 color is a bad matchup. Yeah, I think that it's possible that Bowmasters specifically has changed that dynamic. And also the ring too, where like Yawgmoth gets the combo off through the ring. I don't know. Yawgmoth playing your own ring is maybe a good way to fight it. Just some dynamics at play. So we get to go double Fable. Opponent may concede at any time. Yeah, Chalice is also good against the Breach deck. We're like good enough. It's like it's almost exclusively anti-Yawgmoth sideboard card with some upside. That being said, like Yawgmoth is a really good deck, and like Yawgmoth is partially so good because nobody sideboards for it. Like there's just like almost no dedicated sideboard cards for one of the best decks in the format. With this hand, I think we just have to bolt the Sentinel. Too bad no Bowmasters. Is this basically Red Block Arc? Yeah, this is Red Block Arc. We were playing Jund, which was very similar to this list, and we cut the Wrenn and 6s and Goyfs for Voidwalkers and more lands, less painful mana base, and Blood Moon in the sideboard. And we also lose Besage, which is a cost for sure. A little bit exaggerated. All decks play Graveyard Hate, which is be effective. No, I don't think so. Actually, I really don't think so. Like Graveyard Hate, like Nile Spellbomb, Hearse, like these cards are really mediocre against Yawgmoth. Even Rest in Peace and Leyline of the Void are not that good against Yawgmoth. Like you can bring them in, but they are like much worse than like many other options you could be playing. Like I think Yawgmoth players are like really happy when like you overboard on Graveyard Hate, because like the Graveyard Hate literally just stops your Young Wolves from undying. That's like almost, and like Grist from ultimating if you have Rest in Peace. And you also can have like many ways to answer it. Obviously, like it stops the combo, but the combo isn't, you know, something that needs to be stopped 100%. Rest in Peace is very good against Yawgmoth. It's just way worse than Cage. It's not. Wait, they're Blacksmith skilling their Ornithopter in response. Oh, they have nothing else. I'm not saying that it's not good against them, but I'm saying that it's like this is not like a way to just beat the Yawgmoth matchup. One black coffers is great versus Yawgmoth. I would agree with that. There's no good sideboard versus Yawg, even Cage. There's no good sideboard for Yawg. Cage and Needle are insane against Yawgmoth. Both Cage and Needle, like, I mean, Needle's, you know, partially played for Yawg. So we die if they drew a hammer, but I think it's just, this hand is too hard to wait. Cage is, like, absurd against Yawgmoth. Yeah, Needle too. But like a lot of people have like one Needle. Like I sometimes will play like 2 Cages and a Needle if I'm scared of Yawgmoth. Yeah, that's true. Apatra also can combo through the I guess not with Blood Artist if there's Rest in Peace. Needle is better than Cage. I think Cage is better against Yawgmoth, but Needle is more versatile. So they do get a hammer. So you can try to Thoughtseize. I'll definitely discarding Voidwalker. I want to Thoughtseize the hammer. I think I'll keep the second Fable. Of course. So let's just Thoughtseize the Cauldra and then push whatever they put the hammer on. And we're not dead even to another hammer. We are dead to Blacksmith skill off the top. Protection spell, but that's a little bit less likely. All 4 months. What are the thoughts on the ring moving forward? Will it stay in the format or is the impact too large? Every deck plays it. At the time of making this comment, I would be really surprised. This is the first time I'm saying this, but I would be very surprised if the One Ring like went unbanned forever. I think it'll probably be around for a while, and like maybe the metagame, like either the metagame gets really warped around it or it gets banned. And I think like neither outcome feels great, but I would be pretty surprised if it like just went unbanned forever. Well, 4 months, thank you. That being said, like Wizards just mostly does things at random, so like trying to like predict when they're going to ban something is just like a headache that's not worth it. It just really is not. It's not worth it to try to figure out when they're going to ban something. Restrict one for flavor. I think restricting is flavorful, but like you shouldn't restrict something just for the flavor purpose. I think it's kind of nonsense. Sounds good in theory, but in practice is really messy. And also like restricting the ring just makes Karn decks so much better. Like your Karn decks are just so much better with the restriction. How long did it take Uro to go? It's just like, yeah, it's just sometimes they take forever to ban a card like Uro, and sometimes they ban things really fast, and it just is not worth the headache. It is just not worth the headache to try to like really predict when things are going to happen. I was consulting, did I see the ring wasn't broken? The ring when I saw it looked completely different. There was like almost no similarity besides it being an artifact. And indestructible. So I could give Fear, but then I can't play Sheoldred, so I want to play Sheoldred. Yeah, Legendary. I don't know, like the text, like the abilities were completely different. I did say, okay, I did give some feedback though. I did give some feedback. I had feedback that was like the iteration I saw was like not a playable Magic card in Modern. And it was like really uninteresting and exciting. So I did give the feedback that it felt like a miss, that the card was like unimpactful and unexciting, and it was the One Ring. And I don't know if I gave like what suggestions I gave to like making it better, but I also think that feedback was like pretty obvious too. Terra Sunder sucks. I would never register Terra Sunder main decker side, I think. Yeah, so I could. It's completely my fault, I guess. Yeah, what I'm saying is it's 100% my fault. For everybody to tell us if they print the OG ring on a different name? I don't think so. I don't think I could. Oh, that's that next turn. Gotta draw something. Guess we die.
Yeah, they should be able to chump block, take 6. Hammer on the Nexus, kill me. This Grok's not good enough. Yeah, Grok's was pretty good with Lurrus was around. Just hasn't been good since then, I think. Give it Fear. Fear says can't be blocked by black or artifact creatures. Artifact creature, artifact creature. Yeah, Hammer makes Inkmoth lose flying, but you can activate its ability again, and it gets flying again. I would expect most, if not every single Hammer player at Magic Online to know the interaction, but they also may like somehow overthink the fact that I haven't conceded yet. But they also like the thing is like this bluff doesn't make any sense because my opponent has to try to kill me with Nexus. There's no way they take another line, but it's okay. We can reduke, make him kill us. They need a land release. They don't. They float a mana off Urza Saga. Make Nexus a creature. Float a mana. Put the hammer on the Nexus. Use this mana to give the Nexus flying again. Yeah. Bluffs don't work when your opponents are forced to go with it. Ultimately, I'm just chilling, letting them killing me. But this bluff should not work. This may not know the interaction. They do know the interaction, so we'll go to game 2. Tough game. I want at least one Blood Moon, at least one Needle, the Terminate, the Ratchet Bombs. I'm gonna go down a Ragavan, probably not down all of them. I really don't like Fable against Hammer. So hard to tap out for. Also really dislike Voidwalker. Turok is like 2 mana, like it's basically like true mid Nemesis. I guess they have the artifact creatures. We'll play 2 Turok, 2 Moon on the play. Where's my Consumes All? Man, Rakdos players love Hidetsugu Consumes All. Some streamers are so confident Ring won't be removed. Was there such a split for other move cards like Uro? Yeah, sure. There was. It just doesn't matter though. It just doesn't matter. Like I really let me actually put back a land. I really encourage you to just not waste any energy thinking about when, if the ring will be banned. It's just is not worth it. I've been doing this for a long time, and there's just no point. Wizards will like randomly ban it or not. I got a 404 on the deck tech, John. Let's make sure the links work and I can take a look. Which is also why like we have the word banned in the chat, because I'm just so tired. Yeah, it's definitely. It also goes in every single commander deck ever. It was so funny. Commander players were like, I saw several like commander players tweeting like, "The ring is so expensive. I had no idea. I wanted it in my commander deck because it was like a flavorful edition. Now it's so expensive. This is crazy." And I'm like, how does this not like obvious for of every commander deck forever? No, I don't know. I know like the whole like CEDH blah blah blah. Who cares? Hammer. I don't know if I'm supposed to terminate this or not. I think I kind of need to trade Ragavan for it. I can terminate whenever they put the hammer on something. Obviously the land for Turok is really nice here. Paladin clearings that still have a hammer and mystery card in their hand. It was good to be kicking Turoks again. Been a little while. Imagine we see a Cauldron revealed. If they don't reveal Cauldron, I should just assume that they have it in their hand already as the one mystery card. They reveal Shadow Spear. Yeah, I just don't buy it, I think. Like, surely they're just under, like, too much pressure to think a Shadow Spear is worth it here. The One Ring, I guess? explosives. I don't have that card on my sideboard. Playing the Bowmaster here does not increase my clock, right? Pings at 13, then yeah, it's still a 3-turn clock, so let's hold it. Although it would have increased. I guess it's still the same with the Bolt. They get Paradise Mantle, yeah, they definitely. The last card is definitely Cauldron. Outside of Snapcaster, any wizards and is it? Not really. Not really. Like Spellsorter Sprite's okay in sub-meta games. Not super good right now, but are with Living and being popular, but worse because of Omnath. Is Liliana a consideration? No. I think like especially I think with the One Ring is like for me officially what's killed Liliana. Like I've registered Liliana not that long ago, and she's a card that I think is okay, and or I thought was okay, and like was like a flex spot consideration for these kind of decks. I thought like was a little bit like overhated, underrated, but the One Ring is so insane against Liliana. Even like counters the ultimate, counters the -2. It's just like let's just not think about playing that card right now. So the hand is Hammer Mystery card, which I don't think there's any combination of two things that gets me here. Okay, so we're on the draw. I think I like 2 moons. This number feels pretty good. I tend to like to have 3 Ragavans post board, at least. So like if they play Sentinel, have a good turn 1 play. Bad against Sanctifier though. Is in the ring fog for 1 turn. It's just like if your opponent rings, then you can't ultimate. And also like this is something too, like you can just ring almost every single turn when you're playing 4-color Omnath. With 4 rings and 4 Teferis, if you have your engine going, it's like really easy to just replay a ring almost every single turn. And if there's a Liliana in 6 in play, there's a good chance you could just ring again. We'll keep this for sure on the draw. What's the mold of 6? Yeah, you can ultimate Liliana and target yourself. It's funny. Okay, well, we'll trade a Thoughtseize for a Surge. Surge is like fixed Veil of Summer. No Sanctifier this turn is nice. I guess they could go Drum Ornithopter. Yeah, no worries, John. Dusk Elemental, Eater of Days. Where's 4 dogs? Oh boy. Let's see, got a hammer. Let's go to Thoughtseize here. I want to take the drum. But it's better to take the Paladin. And let's wait on the Needle. If they jump like Urza Saga, I really want a Needle Saga. Deck looks super fun. Why don't we play some Lotus Fields in our deck to go with our Strict Proctor? Strict Proctor stops Lotus Fields ETB from triggering, so that way you get to play Lotus Field untapped, tap for 3 mana, and so this is a good way to power out your Eater of Days and Dusk Elementals in a deck that already is playing the Proctor. Yeah, let's just pass back. The Suppression fields seem awesome. You can maybe just cut the Amarias and just go like +4 Lotus Field. You want to play. You also probably want to play the Channel the white Channel land. I guess they think I'm scammed. The white Channel land seems like a card I would be playing here. Let's go and just push the Stoneforge. Don't want them to top deck Kaldra, and probably a good turn to Thoughtseize the Hammer. There's no way they can kill me next turn. Could also Thoughtseize the Solitude. I'm not really scared of the Solitude though. Deck looks awesome. Probably play Reprieve. Oh, you are playing Reprieve and Mana Tithe. Very fun. Isn't that? I think there's also like a 3 mana thing that like goes both the encounterable things, like 3 mana colorless card. 4 dogs would be able to tell you if he's here. Deck looks so fun. And also awful, but you probably know
Sideboard seems fine. I'd probably play 4th Rest in Peace over the first wheel, unless like Mill is really popular. What do you need? I'm kind of saving it for Urza Saga. Cut the lay down arms if any lands. I think you can still afford. I guess with Lotus Field is kind of awkward lay down arms. That's a good point. You can play Ossification instead. Play Solitude. I mean, maybe, or I can't remember if you already had the Solitudes or not. I was going to GTB, right? Be okay still playing lay down arms. Maybe at that point you don't play the white channel land. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. You still have like a million planes. Could be good to just play the Bowmasters. I think it also fine not to. Oh, sorry, I should have Bowmaster response to the draw. I don't know why I just totally blinked there. Guess I was doing the deck tech. Why is there a cage on board? I think they think I'm scam. And a Solitude Mystery card, even if they had a hammer, they couldn't equip, but we also have protection from everything. Down to 11. Okay, Blood Moon probably mostly wraps things up here. One Ragavan to make mana, not take mana when I'm drawing so many cards. Is there a specific reason that PT open deck? PTs are like always open deck lists these days. There's just like, it just levels the playing field. Because people will scout and like memorize what everyone's playing. Is Shelly offline with Blood Moon? We have Ragavan to make treasure. I guess there's a chance we die to it, but chillin'. Open deck list is lame, meh. I think it is what it is. Yeah, just one of the token will give you the access to all the cards. Yeah, we got 2 more swamps in the deck too. Literally, where did this come from? What the hell? Wasn't better to Sheoldred push this turn? I mean, we just like randomly lose. Like we know they have Solitude in their hands, so like committing Sheoldred doesn't seem like super exciting. I did not expect this to come down. Yeah, I know a lot of people have very strong feelings on open deck lists versus no open deck lists. I really don't. I just don't really care. I guess it was probably better to tap the ring after I get the Sheoldred down. Okay, yeah, they think they thought I was scam because they're playing the cage. Not that you should bring in cage against scam as hammer. Down to 7. Up to 15. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I meant to dash the Ragavan. Thought I was clicking OK through the triggers. We're still in a spot where we can never lose. So that's nice. I think there'll be a lot of people who play to beat it. I don't think that everybody is as high on the ring as I am. Like I'm obviously super high on it, but there are plenty of players who are just trying to like beat the ring decks and juke around it. They're not trying to always play 4. Is Needle one of the best answers to the ring? Yeah, it's maybe like the best answer. But I don't think there's that many like decks that like want to like main deck a ring that wouldn't just want to main deck the rings themselves, or main deck a Needle that wouldn't just want to main deck their own rings, if that makes sense. Ooh. Ring? Damn it. Kind of mana inefficient to Thoughtseize this turn. I can just see myself taking and casting the ring though. I'm not going to. I'm going to Swamp Fable. If they have a ring, we have a Sheoldred. And I think we should attack. Yeah, I'm tempted. I'm tempted right now. Ugh, I can see it coming. I should have been more tempted, huh? Not tempted enough. So I can play a land off the Voidwalker if I really need one. Let me discard Thoughtseize, Fable. Maybe could keep the other Fable. Should I start playing Commandeer and Merchant? Dude, I got my ring commandeered last night off stream. I was pissed. So maybe you should. Making a token. I'm kind of surprised by that. Really nice that with Voidwalker, it's hard for them to kill the Sheoldred because their main altitude's going to be heat. Oh, do they have that though? Do you have any games I'm playing right now for fun? Marvel Snap. I'm playing a lot of Snap. That's really like a really good business model they've got going on, where they just like they hire to do a sponsored stream, and you just get addicted to it. I literally play it every single day. Not for like a super long time, but I do all my missions and I'm having a good time. I bought the new season pass for the Phoenix Force. I love the Phoenix Force. Wow, just fetch concede. Yeah, they got me. What deck I'm playing in Snap? Oh, so okay, so I got some help from chat on how to build Galactus, and I have been loving Galactus. Galactus is so fun. It is just so fun to kneel before Galactus and blow up the board. I guess I want like one moon and like I probably need to fight their constructs with like Ratchet Bomb and stuff. Let's do 1 bomb, 1 Sylex. Keep the Voidwalkers in. Want 1 needle, not 2. Mandarin? Yeah, is the Mandarin a card in Marvel Snap? I really like Snap though. It's so fun. You can show a land on the draw. Above the board, Magic Vernacular. So no, it's like you get to like. So the Marvel Snap, you have to win 2 out of 3 zones, but Galactus just destroys the other 2 zones. He's not on if you're winning your zone, and he has to be the only card, and he doesn't have that much power. I'm just gonna play 1 bomb. You could play Chalice on 0. I think with this build, we have enough combo hate that we don't want to play it. Yeah, I was also avoiding Snap because I knew I was gonna play it too much and get addicted to it, but you know they reached out for the sponsorship, so they got me. They got me. But it is really fun. It's just a game to like play very casually for a little bit. So I guess I'm gonna play Hearse, thinking that with Stomping Ground they're not likely to win. I don't. Maybe we saw white mana last game. I can't remember. Yeah, there's maybe some tempo in Snap. Who knows? Found a Needle. It's pretty good. Bowmaster hasn't looked amazing these matches I've watched. Bowmasters I think has been great. I've been playing a lot of it like this week, and
I think the card is great. I'm basically like wanting to play 4 in all my black decks right now. So no artifacts in the yard right now. They did find a land for their Wrenn and 6. Can probably cut Castle, not Hellbent that often. Well, when you are Hellbent, you sure do want that card, you know what I mean? I think the first copy is fine. No, I'm not playing Hinatsugu Consumes All. I typically think it's just like not like that efficient use of a sideboard slot because it doesn't deal with Sanctifier. It's fine though. Spike, why no activate hers? What do you think of all the suppression fields that have appeared in Modern? Suppression field is great. That card is so good right now. But like, what deck can play it? You know what I mean? Drifted on Pending. Well, I got second in Saturday's challenge last weekend. I was playing 0 Pending in my 4-color Omnath deck. I'm like a little bit higher on it. I think I would play more than 0, but like less than 4. I don't think it's very good compared to how it has been in the past, I should maybe say. Get that upkeep stop here. Am I happy with how testing has gone in progress finding a deck? Yeah, I'm thinking about where I should be right now. There's probably like 5 or 6 decks that I could still choose from, but like 3 or 4 of the decks I could choose from, I would be pretty happy registering. I need to put more work into Limited, but I still feel like I have time to learn Limited, especially like at the testing house. I'm going to be able to like really cram study what decks run Suppression Field. That's the thing, is like Suppression Field is a great card. It's just like I don't think there's a good deck that can play it. Cooldown with a 26 months. Thank you. I want to target the Emery first so that if they draw a heat off this bauble, I can still kill it, or a bolt. Bang. So you can flip a Saga, loot. Well, you get to untap with Emery opponent. Congratulations. I don't know if I'm going to play Elves before the PT. I think that 4-man enchantment's like fine, but kind of mid. Why are you yielding? Because I don't want to activate hers. I don't want to activate it. I hate hers. So bad. You would activate hers here. It's kind of cringe. I'm gonna discard the hers. It's just I spit on you, unlicensed hers. Let's poke the red for 1. I want to avoid an ultimate. How toxic is it to celebrate being a Magic Pro on MTGO scale 1 to 10? It's 0 toxic if you just brag about it to your friends. It's like a fun thing. Bragging about it to them is like 7 out of 10 toxic, 6 out of 10. 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I'm supposed to make a copy in response. Yeah, it's the first league with this deck. We 4-1 with the Jund build.
Deck's so strong. It's got potential. Like we 4-1 with Jund Saga build, 4-1 with regular Jund build, 2-1 up a game with this deck. It's been this version. These versions have been good. Are they better than Omnath? Are they good against Omnath? I don't know. Okay, so they are. They found a grinding station off their iteration, which means that they can combo kill me if I don't draw a bolt off my Castle Locthwain, I guess. Mono Black was also, like, we were 10-4 with Mono Black yesterday. So, like, Mono Black, Jund Saga, Jund, Rakdos. What the best version of these decks is a big question mark to me, but I do think, like, this general black-based mid-range shell is good. Okay, game 3. What happened to Jeff Hoogland's Kiki-Jiki variants? Well, it's been probably, like, 9 or 8 years since, like, Kiki-Jiki, like the Hoogland was playing Kiki-Jiki. It's just a lot of things have changed. Hard to pick just one. I think the question of these decks is more like, are they better than Scam? I think maybe is the answer. Just like Sheoldred plus Ring has been really good, and like I think that the Scam decks are like bad. I think Scam is bad against Omnath, but this deck is maybe good against Omnath. Is the big difference. No needle. I brought in 1 needle. I don't think I want to bring in 2. Could maybe be good to bring in 2. Oh fuck, sorry, I drew the push. I should have held it. It's okay, I have bolts for Emery though. Was there a needle on Kiki too? I was dead. I was killed dead that turn, so I conceded. Ring. Oh no, what a player. This is cool. Response to Emery trigger, kill my Voidwalker. Oh, I summoned a ring effectively though. Uh-oh. They don't have a 0-mana artifact yet, at least. I'm gonna play the ring. I'm tempted. Deck tech for Ferg. If you post a good chat, I can take a look. Ugh. I mean, Needle's good here. I was worried that this was going to be Emery. They only have 3 card types too. Or they can get to 4 if they sack the station. Yeah, let's go for her, so we're a bit better against Breach here. Taking into ping every turn. Although they also have 4 rings in their deck, or like some number of rings in their deck, so this needle is not like super free. This deck. This is the deck people keep going, it looks pretty good. Flowering of the White Tree and a White Weenie Shell, and then it like never seems to do anything. Could be better than I think. Could also be. You must be desperate, opponent, to cast Thassa's Oracle. So I will say that like it's like Flowering of the White Tree is a pretty good card. It's like to me like borderline playable, assuming like it's like pretty good. It's pretty playable, assuming every single other card in your deck is like a card you like drawing. Do you like drawing Isamaru, Reese the Redeemed, Skrelv, multiple copies of any of these cards? The answer is like probably no. And so I don't know what I don't know what we're doing to like kind of like be happy to like ever draw any of these cards we put in our deck. But this is the problem, is you put these cards in your deck and you hate drawing them. I don't know. If you're okay with drawing them, it's fine. And I just don't really know. I think that like a red splash for Ragavan like would make me a lot happier about this deck. Like playing Ragavan over Rice the Redeemed. Rice the Redeemed is so bad. That would make me kind of happy. I think Pippin would be pretty good. The new Pippin and Mary and Pippin, I'd both would like alongside Flowering the White Tree. Could be Jeskai. Adeline I think is a must. Like in this deck that you sent me, I think Adeline over Skyclave Apparition makes a lot of sense. And, you know, you can also cut or the Brave the Elements if you're adding red creatures. Okay. Guess I crew the hearse. Can die one ring ping at a time. So I don't know. These are some loose thoughts. I'm gonna have a really hard time just completely rebuilding the archetype for you, but these are some loose thoughts on like why I don't think these decks are very good. You need Adeline, Ragavan over Rice seems really nice. I really do not want to register Rice, the redeemed. So here I want to Bowmasters before they connive. Since they're just like drawing and discarding, we get to amass one more. It'd also be good to just bolt the Oracle. What 3-drops am I scared of them drawing though? Teferi? I don't think they're on Teferi. I think bolting it seems fine. We also get to exile with the hearse too. Let me see. This could be a deck though. The reason to be mono white could be, and you'd have to cut all. You have all these fetch lands. Why do you have all these white fetches? Literally just mana thinning? Oh, you're taking the sideboard? This could be a suppression field deck. Suppression field was a card we were talking about maybe being good. Okay, so let's exile Nasa's Oracle and then the Breach so they're off Delirium. If we exile, can they win easily? I mean, they can't win easily this game, probably no matter what. But they can win with difficulty. I don't think I have any more thoughts, but so maybe hopefully something in there was helpful. Let's get both their instants. Sounds like Death and Taxes needs to be rebuilt with Suppression Field. I mean, I will not give any Taxes players any amount of ideas. Do whatever you want, Taxes players. Do whatever you like, whatever makes you happy, I guess. How big is this? This is an 8/8, so if I crew it, I can force a chump block, then I can just die to a Breach. Plus, like, they sack a drum and they mill over a 0-drop, so let's just not die to random Breach when we're so ahead here. Played Aether Mage's Touch Room in a while, made big eyelids. I mostly just prefer to play Gorios over that deck now. But, you know, it's effectively the same deck. I played it with Force of Negations early in the testing. Monkey. How much damage have we taken to this ring? A lot. So I think Needle on Grinding Station lets me attack with my hearse. I did consider Delighted Halfling in the Gen decks with Ring. I ended up not, like, finding a home, like, finding room for it or thinking it was correct to play, but it's still on my mind. So they go down to 1. Yeah, honestly with the Ring, like, if they could still 1 ring, then maybe they could get out of this, but since they have their own Needle on the 1 ring, should be pretty safe here. Yeah, I don't think Iteration can get you out of here. I don't think I would call Sentinel a bad card. Obviously, like, Bowmasters is really good against it, but, like, it's still, like, one of the premier white one... They're, like, the premier white 1-drop, and... you definitely want to be playing 4 in, like, Hammer. Okay, let's get another 4-1 prediction going. We 4-1'd with our Jund Saga. We 4-1'd with John... Because of Bowmasters, although you can bombardment kill opposing Bowmasters sometimes. we've entered the buy. Easy bracket. I do think I'm gonna take the Chalice over the counterspell. Yeah, let's go ahead and dash the Ragavan. They might Solitude it, they might not, but the extra mana with the ring in our hand is pretty nice. Yeah. It's just that this matchup is really good. It's not necessarily that blue-white is bad. Although we have like a dead card in our hand. It's also like I think almost always a mistake to not fetch. Even if they're like light on lands and scared of Blood Moon, you just like need to try them so bad. I would think. So they're not going to counter it, and they're not. They're just I don't know. I know that they're scared of Blood Moon, but I don't think you can really afford to be this scared of it. Their hand is Counterspell, Solitude, Mystery Card. You can also like counter the Blood Moon sometimes. Well, I'm not slamming the ring into the Counterspell. Yeah, Colonnade sighted. So now we get to resolve the ring if they didn't draw a force. And a Solitude counterspell, and then 3 spells in their hand because they didn't play their land. It's a pretty good draw. But we're definitely slamming the ring. Would ring be better if it was on counter versus initiative? What does it matter? These kind of like would ring be better, would ring be fair? Who cares? This is how this is the card they printed. This is the card for PT testing with. You mentioned this matchup by any particular reason? I just like mostly that like when we were playing like Rakdos so much when Luris was around, blue white was the best matchup by a lot. It's not actually a buy. I'm mostly just memeing, trying to entertain the chat. But we have like with 3 Turoks in our sideboard and the rings. I'm feeling pretty good about the matchup. Yeah, just kind of like casting like Bolt, Voidwalker, Ragavan, just like not give them the Fable as like a good thing to counterspell here. They draw 2, which is now underneath Archmage's or underneath Voidwalker. Forest flying the white tree with restoration and gadget Ragavan. The thing is just like in modern, like these the type of deck that you play flowering in is literally just white weenies, which is just not good in like a metagame of like Yawgmoth Hammer, 4-color Omnath, and like you get to lord them, but it just isn't good. I think it's just not a good archetype. They need a binding here to have a chance. They do have a binding, so they have a chance. Two Solitudes, 1 Teferi Time Raveler, a Counterspell and a Dress Down, enter a bar. I think we take the Teferi. They Solituded the Dash Ragavan earlier, but I could just play around these Solitudes pretty easily, I think. They don't have 5th mana currently. It's real if they just pitch the Solitudes here. Oh man, I was just thinking about hitting a Teferi off the Ragavan. I think we just bounce the binding too. So you're down to 2 Tarmogoyfs plus 4 Halflings plus 2 Grist. I would probably play the 4th Fable before the 1st Grist. I know it's like you get Halfling uncounterable is nice, but I think Fable is just like I've been pretty high on it so far. I also like I didn't say this out loud, but I think I would probably cut the Proving Ground. I was like really not liking it. Oh, you're also playing 6. Don't play 6 Shocklands in a Proving Ground though. I was playing 4 Shocklands in Proving Ground. This is way too much. You just play another fetch land. If you're not playing the Cliffs. I was playing the Cliffs. You can play Cliffs too. Although maybe Cliffs is kind of awkward with Halflings, so maybe you play Green Red instead. Green Black.
They Binding the Teferi. Fable is not good. Fable is good. I just said play Fable over the Grist here. Maybe I misspoke. I would play the 4th Fable before the 1st Grist. Just Chad just always wants me to go play Fables, Spikelings, do it. Play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. It's like it's like all I say. or say don't play Fable. I'm so sick of this card. Yeah, looks pretty interesting. I think I really do not like the 3rd Terminate right now. Like Murktide is way on the decline. 2 Terminates is still a good number, but like the 4th, like 4 1-mana removal spells and also just 4 bolts just feels so important to me. Oh, sorry, I should have responded to there. Pro everything. Classic deck tech error. They probably counter my Sheoldred, which kind of stinks. Didn't counter it. Yeah, so we'll just go cast Ragavan. I'm not gonna tap my ring yet, because I don't want them to Solitude it. Can Murktide play the ring? You shouldn't. I think you can maybe play like 1, but at that point it's just like play a different deck. Yeah, Sheoldred is like kind of the only card that it's good with and against the ring. It's a pretty big deal, I think. Yeah, I've been really loving 4 bolts and all these kind of ring decks too. So why not play Grixis midrange with 1 ring? Is Grixis midrange your pet deck? What? Like literally, like why do we want to be blue? Because being 2 colors gives us like a relatively much less painful mana base. Being 2 colors gives you a less painful mana base, and being 2 colors gives you Blood Moon in the sideboard. Jund gives you Wrenn and 6 Tarmogoyf Boseiju. What does Grixis give you? Yes, this is. I am genuinely asking. Blue for Narset? Yeah, I mean this just doesn't sound very good. For this kind of archetype. Narset doesn't really fit the like rock archetype very well. Maybe Thoughtseize first. They don't have pro everything, right? They're just dead. This is how I cited earlier. I think I liked it. Let's run it back. Oh yeah, I forgot the Jace is now very wide. I think only when you steal it though. You decide what's the best answer to opposing ring if you're also playing the ring. Sheoldred, Karn. Like Karn is probably the best. It's the best card. Like, but obviously only a few decks can play it. Narset, Karn, Sheoldred, Bowmasters would be my short list. Thoughts on Jund plus White Triumph for binding? Yeah, it doesn't sound great. I don't know. Doesn't sound awful either. I think a good fix for the One Ring would be go play Verdant Catacombs. I don't know. People have asked a lot like what the ring should be. Like this, like I wasn't consulted on this iteration of the ring. I don't really care to think about it. Like make it 5 mana. What really would need to change would be the. Right now, like tapping the ring is just not. It's just you don't lose enough life. You don't lose enough life for the amount of cards and like stabilization it gives you, and so yes, you would have to like up that. But I just don't really care. We'll talk more about like the health of Modern and if the ring, you know, needs to get banned after the PT. Yeah, as Reduke says, it's not my job to care about what is and is legal, it's my job to play the cards. Exactly. How does Red Black deal with the ring? Right now we have Bowmasters, we have Sheoldred, we have our own rings. Not sure that I'm supposed to play my Voidwalker here. Yeah, Rita's on the same testing team as me. So pretty bad if they've drawn a Supreme Verdict. If you amass on your Orc becomes a 2/2 and you survive, just so you know. Not ideal. If we draw a land, we're in good shape though. They're at 9. Down to 7, down to 5 after the ring triggers. So maybe we can get in with a Turok and a Bolt. The One Ring is good in blue-white, it's correct to play it in blue-white, but the life loss is like way more impactful here than anywhere else. They have an Exile? They have a Binding that we Ragavanned. We had a discussion, LGS, how good Necro is compared to the One Ring. The One Ring is better than Necropotence, like full stop. like full end of sentence, the One Ring is a better card than Necropotence. Like, you get the card immediately, it like stabilizes you for a turn, you pay way less life for the cards, it goes in any deck, it is a better card than Necropotence. Yeah, better than Yawgmoth's Bargain too. I know, kind of a weird thing to say, but is I don't even. Oh, are they just dead? They're just dead. Let's go! Oh man, the ring sucks. Yeah, it's also indestructible. It just is. It's the card's insane. And currently, you wouldn't play Necropotence in any deck in Modern because you just play the ring instead. We have 4-1'd every league we've played with a red-black X-Men range deck. We were also 10-4 with mono black yesterday. Let's do another one here. Just send it back.